Hello again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Uranus in conjunct the Black Moon Lilith in a natal chart. And some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in the natal chart. They're a little bit concise. Some people may refer to them as snappy, so what I decided to do is make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is if you have Uranus in conjunct the Black Moon Lilith in a natal chart, an adjustment, which is the inconjunct, may be needed between matters associated with your objectives, which is Uranus, and what you have a passion and desire for, which is the Black Moon Lilith. One or the other may be overemphasized. The key is to find balance and equilibrium between the two. So it could be where at times you may be dominated by matters with your objectives to the expense of the things you have the strong passion and desire for, or it could be the other way around. The things you may be at times be dominated by what you have the strong passion and desire for to the expense of your objectives. So, the key is to find, the balance, the harmony, the equilibrium between the two. If you have, let's say, if Uranus is an Aquarius as an example, which you have your objectives may be tied in with humanitarian, altruistic endeavors, may be associated with astrology, astronomy, computers, electronics, innovation, meteorology, or rocket science as an example. And the thing, too, is another way Uranus in conjunct the Black Moon Lilith may manifest in the natal chart is there may be an imbalance, which is the inconjunct, between activities associated with friends, which is Uranus, and those that play a provocative role in your life, which is the Black Moon Lilith. You may be dominated by one or the other. So again, it's about finding the balance, the equilibrium, and the harmony with the energy. It could be that the activities with your friends may monopolize your time and energy to the expense of matters connected with those that play a provocative role in your life, or it could be the other way around. The people that play a provocative role in your life may monopolize your time and energy to the expense of those matters connected with your friends. So it's about finding, the balance, the harmony, the equilibrium again with that energy. And let's say, for example, if you have the Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, the people that, one or more of those persons that play a provocative role in your life may actually be a Scorpio Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply embody the characteristics of the sign. It could be those that are resourceful, resilient, empowering, transforming, probing, incisive. At the same time, they may also be jealous, manipulative, and vindictive as well. Also, too, another way this aspect may manifest is there may be too much or too little passion and desire, which is the Black Moon Lilith, for Uranus-related activities, which can include astrology, computers, astronomy, innovation, or electronics. And so at times there may be very intense passion and desire for Uranus-related activities, and other times you just may simply be apathetic and oblivious, to those matters. There may be no emotion, no passion or desire for what you're doing that is Uranus-related. So again, it's about finding, the balance and the harmony and the equilibrium with that energy. So let's say, if Uranus, is in Aquarius, is in a Sagittarius as an example, those Uranus-related activities may be flavored with more exuberance, enthusiasm, expansiveness. If Uranus is in Capricorn is another example, those Uranus-related activities may be flavored with more structure, discipline, consistency, seriousness, and concentration as some examples. And also to physical-related trauma, which is the Black Moon Lilith, may either have a very adverse effect on goals and aspirations, which is Uranus, or none whatsoever. So, there may be times where you're in the physical-related trauma is connected with the Black Moon Lilith, and the goals and aspirations, again, is Uranus. So there may be times when the physical-related trauma you may be enduring may have a very strong effect on matters associated with goals and aspirations. And other times, it may be where you're so oblivious to these things, it doesn't affect you at all. If the Black Moon Lilith, say it's in, as an example, Pisces, or maybe physical-related trauma that's, associated with the feet, the toes, pineal gland, or lymphatic or immune system. If, let's say, if Uranus is in Pisces, is another example, goals and aspirations may be tied in with poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, anesthesiology, spirituality, or the metaphysical, which includes astrology, as another example. Now, also, too, friends and those that are prominent in groups, clubs, and organizations, which is Uranus, may either be extremely beneficial or detrimental in helping you deal with formidable adversaries, which is the Black Moon Lilith. So there may be times when those people may either be very helpful in those matters, or they just may simply be apathetic, or they're just no help whatsoever in those matters, or they can provide some kind of distraction to you where you're not even able to deal with those people. So it could go either way when you're talking about the inconjunct aspect in astrology. Now, with the Black Moon Lilith is in Leo, as an example, those formidable adversaries, powerful enemies, one or more, may actually be a Leo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply embody the traits of the sign. It could be, those that are arrogant, domineering, bombastic, egotistical, extravagant. They could be people that are very boastful, and those that just are again are just supremely confident in themselves, and those that again have very dominant domineering type personalities, and very overbearing. Now, also, too, there may be too much or too little freedom and independence, which is Uranus, getting away from the dark side of the Black Moon Lilith placement. So, if the Black Moon Lilith is in, so there can be times where you feel you're able to, strongly free yourself from that energy, and other times you may feel that that dark side of that Black Moon Lilith placement is just like hovering over you, and you can't disconnect from it. Now, if the Black Moon Lilith is in Aries, as an example, that dark side of a placement may be tied in with one that's overly aggressive, or too assertive, or very combative and disputatious, argumentative. Or you may even be a volatile or truculent side that one is trying to strongly hide and suppress. And could also be in a very impatient side as well. Also, too, Uranus-related people may either be exceptionally helpful or no help whatsoever in terms of attaining objectives, which is Uranus. So there may be times where those Uranus-related people may be strongly beneficial in you attaining your objectives, your goals, and aspirations, which is Uranus. And other times they may simply be oblivious in those matters. And Uranus-related people covers a wide divergence of people, whether it be astrologers, or people involved with computers, or humanitarian altruistic endeavors, electricians, meteorologists, people of, and even friends and those prominent in groups, clubs, and organizations. Now, if Uranus, say, is in Libra, as an example, those objectives may be tied in with art, which can include drawing, painting, sculpting, computer-related art, or something with a legal field, such as, aspiring to be, an attorney, a bailiff, a judge, or paralegal. It could be people that work with scales or arbitration, negotiation, human resources, as some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying, stay well.